everybody. Good morning. Welcome to Monday. Okay, that's the memo that dropped in your email before you even opened your eyes. It is Monday, everybody. Hey there, this is Karen Hilton. I am your host today, along with the amazing Miss Kim Dudash for Monday Morning
Good
Jumpstart.
morning.
Get up, y'all. Come on.
Morning.
I've already got my coffee. I got my lipstick on. I'm going to try to make sure I don't
That's
have
not on your
lipstick over
teeth.
here.
Yeah. It's on my lips only and not on my
That's
teeth too.
right.
Yeah.
That's right. Not on my teeth. Anyway, y'all get up. It is Monday. And you know what? I'm really excited because today is the day that we commemorate the life and work and legacy of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. You know, I think every paper I wrote in elementary school, Kim, honestly, was about either Dr. King or my dad.
Yeah.
Like, you know, my teachers would say, okay, who do you want to write a paper about? Who's doing something fabulous? Who
Yeah,
meant
that's
something?
right.
Oh, Dr. King, Dr. King, Dr. King. And you know what? Honestly, he was like a superhero to me.
Me too.
Yeah.
Me too. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it blew my mind watching his speeches. And of course, my dad was a community activist. He's a pastor, many of you know. He's 92 years young. And so I was kind of immersed in anything to do with civil rights, treating people with dignity and respect, serving the community, ecumenical ministry, meaning across denominational boundaries, all of those things. So it was really natural for me in my environment. But I just remember listening to his speeches ringing in my head and listening to what he was talking about and saying to myself, you know what? Isn't that the way it should be?
Yeah. That's
Isn't that the
right.
way it should be? Right, Kim?
Yeah. And, Karen, another thing that I think about is, back in that period, back in the period of time when he was speaking and doing so much. I mean, think about, there wasn't social media. There wasn't,
Right.
so, and his message got out and there weren't the mediums that there are today. And I
Come
just
on.
think about, him going to Washington, D.C. and all the people that were there. How did the word get out? It was
Come
word
on.
of mouth because he was not going to be silenced. He was going to
That's right.
keep going. Right. I mean, think about it.
Yeah.
So it's just amazing to me how word traveled so
Yeah.
quickly and how his message, I mean, he was a little guy in, while he was in Memphis, when you think about it, he was like me. He was like you,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
he wasn't going to be silenced. He had a message
He
and
had a mess. Oh my
yeah,
gosh. I love that on so many levels.
yeah.
This idea that, you know what, social media hasn't always been around.
Right.
Spread the word. Social media hasn't always been there, but there was something that burned inside of him. And this morning, we're going to talk about the things that every leader needs to ignite their vision. That's our topic today. So, y'all, listen. If you are new to this community, I want to say welcome. We are so glad you're here. This is Monday Morning Jumpstart. And this is the one-stop shop, the jumpstart for the week for professionals and entrepreneurs who are purpose-driven and focused on a few key things. I'm not going to actually mention what those things are because I'm going to give away our topic today. But I want you to know you're welcome here. We are super excited. We come here every single Monday at 8:15 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time to give you a positive, productive, and inspiring place to jumpstart your week. Listen, I know there are lots of things going around in the news, in your neighborhood chatter or wherever. I want you to know this is a place that we empower and inspire each other. Now, for those of you who've never met me, you'll figure it out eventually. But there are a few things that I start my Monday with. I start my Monday with my coffee or my tea. I'm on a tea kick right now because I'm really trying to, I'm trying to step away from the coffee. Kim and I were talking about that a minute ago. But anyway, I start with coffee or tea. So grab your morning beverage. We're going to go in and give you some practical power plays on our topic today. The other thing you need to know about me is I'm super extra. And I don't apologize about it because that's the way God made me. And you know what? I've kind of leaned into my stuff. I've kind of leaned into my truth, right, Kim?
That's
We're
right.
there,
That's
right?
right. That's exactly right.
Yeah,
There's no other person that can bring what Karen brings. There's no other person that can bring what Kim brings, right? That's
that's
right.
right. That's right. It's super special. And you know what? Whatever it is that you've got, I hope that you will bring it into this community. Listen, don't ghost like in the background. Click on that image. If you're following us on YouTube and watching on YouTube, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. Give us a thumbs up because we're going to give you some power plays to kickstart, to jumpstart your week. Here's the other thing you need to know about me. I am a Jesus girl. I am an unashamed, unabashed Jesus girl. And here's what that means, that as a heart-centered leader, and someone whose core value is joy, took me a long time to get there, y'all. But my path to that was through my faith in Jesus Christ. That's me. Now, we have a very diverse community. We have Christians, we have non-Christians, we have people who are Buddhist, of the Baha'i faith, we have Jewish people, we have people who don't ascribe to any particular faith. Here's what we have in common: a few pillars that help anchor us in what it's like to be community, to do what we call tribing together. And we mean that on the real, right, Kim?
That's
We
right.
mean that.
That's right.
So come on in. If you are a professional entrepreneur or life leader, this is the space for you. So, Coach Kim, do me a favor, introduce yourself. Tell us a little bit about who you are and what you do.
All right. Well, yeah, I'm Coach Kim Dudash. I am an executive coach, and I work with leaders and teams of leaders. And I also, my husband and I have Dudash Farms. We sell. We raise and sell. I don't know. It's early. I haven't had enough of my coffee apparently, but we raise and sell grass-fed beef and pastured pork. So I do a little bit of everything. I'm on each end of the spectrum, and I love it all.
I know.
And I love
That's
spending my
amazing.
Monday mornings with Jumpstart and all of the team here, and just it's just great. So yeah, that's who I am, and I would love to connect with you guys. So you can find me on social media, or visit my website. Do-executivecoaching.com or do-farms.com. Either one. Love to connect with you either way.
Awesome. Well, we're super excited you're here, Coach Kim. And you know what? I'm going to do what we always do. I'm going to jump into the feed because our tribe is here this morning.
Yes,
Good morning,
yes.
everybody. What's going on? Okay, hold on a second. We have Sarah Juliet Fruman in the feed this morning. Sarah is our social media marketing manager. She's amazing. She is one of my tribe, one of my roadies. And you know what? She shows up every Monday to support and encourage us. I love that woman. Anyway, and we have the gorgeous and powerful Melissa Hernandez. Hey, lady, what's going on?
Good
You
morning,
know what?
Melissa.
Melissa and I have been kind of doing life and business together. Melissa, how long has it been? I think it's been like a couple of years now. Like that blows my mind. But anyway, Melissa is an amazing leader. And she's got some amazing things coming in 2021. I can feel it. So, Melissa, I'm glad you're here. And then we have my girl, my sister. She's going to be my roadie for real because we're going to show up at Dudash Farms one of these days together. Y'all say good morning to Christy Kent. Come
Good
on.
morning, Christy.
Good morning, Christy. It's good to see you in here, love. Let's see. We have Angela Hughley Bold. Did I say that right? Good morning, Angela. Welcome. Tell us a little bit about who you are and let us know what part of the world you're joining us from. We want to get to know you. It's incredible that you've decided to spend this time with us this morning. So thank you for joining us here on Monday Morning Jumpstart. Let's see. Okay, what else do we have going on? Okay, we've grabbed our coffee or tea. I'm going to need y'all to just lean in a little bit today because we're going to be talking about this idea of what every leader needs to ignite their vision. Let's see. Angela says she's in Mobile, Alabama. Oh my gosh, welcome. That's incredible. I have family in Alabama, in Huntsville to be specific. So I can't say Roll Tide because I have a UGA grad in the house, but hey, Alabama,
You can
I'm leaving
whisper it.
that. Is
Oh,
that safe?
God.
No. See, we're already in trouble. Anyway, so this idea, what every leader needs to ignite their vision. So I have a question for you. For those of you that are watching, if you're watching live, then I want you to do me a favor and tell me, what does vision mean to you? Somebody just pop it in the comments. What does vision mean to you? Most of you know that uh, January through March is our vision season. Okay. It's our vision season. And what that means is we usually start every January. And sometimes we go into February, depending on when we can, get the dates working. But we do a huge master class. It's an all-day event. We have speakers, we have giveaways, we do a vision board reveal. We've got all of our stuff laid out and all that kind of. I mean, it's kind of a big deal. And it's amazing, but it's how we kickstart our year. So it's really important for us to understand what vision is. Okay, so for those of you that are joining us live, or maybe you're watching us on YouTube, go ahead and drop in the comments. What does vision mean to you? Coach Kim, what does vision mean to you?
Well, I've been thinking a lot about this, Karen. I mean, we always talk about vision, but what is it really? And when we talked about Martin Luther King Jr., I think about, him, and obviously he had a vision. And I really do think that he was able to visualize an outcome. I mean, he literally had a dream, right? I mean, he knew what it was supposed to be. I believe that he had a mental image, and a passion. So, and I think about my own life, I think about the times when I have had vision, or I would say I have vision, and I could visualize, I could see a particular outcome, or I had a dream about what could be and what should be. And so hanging on to that vision helped me to get through the drudgery of it all, right? I
Yeah.
mean, not every day is a good day.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not every day do you feel 100% like, yeah, today we're gonna reach the vision. It's something that, for me, something that I can hang on to, that I know it, is out there. If I just take one step at a time, I can reach it. But that's hard. I mean, that's hard. That's why we're talking about it today, right? If it was easy, everybody would be headed toward their vision and not missing a step. But so, yeah, I mean, I think it's just that mental image, that dream that you have, that something can be better, or maybe you have a vision of something that hasn't even existed in the world to this point.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
I love that. Yeah. Vision is something that I think we take for granted.
Absolutely.
Right. Let's see what our tribe says. Christy Kent, I'm gonna get it out. Christy Kent says, yes, the outcome of your dream. Angela Bold says, vision is how we see and interpret the experience that includes our emotions.
Absolutely.
Come on,
Absolutely.
Angela. That is really powerful. Melissa Hernandez says, vision is being able to see clearly what God wants you to do, to be the person he calls you to be. And Melissa says she's a Jesus girl too. I love that. But yeah, vision is, it kind of in its purest sense, is the imagery around our aspirations, our ideas, our states of being, or our accomplishments, right? It's that ability to draw from something deeper than sight.
Yes. Oh, that's good. Yeah.
Right? Sight is trusting in what you see. It's identifying or observing what appears to be obvious, right? It's a physical ability to catch something, to be able to put your finger on something, to co-locate with a thing. But y'all, what happens when you can't see?
Right.
What happens when things are cloudy? Or as we studied in our digital course, Reclaim Your Why, when you're in the wilderness and everything is like you have no sense of direction, what happens? There's this thing that happens, Kim, like you're an expert in this. You know what it's like to be in the wilderness. So here's my next question for our tribe this morning. Have you ever felt like you were in the wilderness? If you felt like you're in the wilderness, put a 1. If you've ever felt like you've been in the wilderness or not been in the wilderness, put a 2. If you've ever been in the wilderness, put a 1. Drop a 1 in the comments. If you've never been in the wilderness and you're like, you know what, life is just roses and rainbows and unicorns and it's never, never, never happened, then put a 2. And if you, for the 2s, we need to talk afterwards. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I want to know the secret.
Huh?
I want to know the secret if you're a 2.
I want to know the secret, and I need to spend some time with you because
I know.
I feel like I have a PhD in the wilderness. I'm going to be honest with you. It's a thing. Yeah, we've all been in the wilderness at some point. So when you're in the wilderness, vision is that ability to imagine, to anticipate and expect that your circumstances, right? Come on, this is good. This is real good. I mean, I can feel it in my bones already.
Yeah, I think fear blinds us. And I think fear makes us physically see things that are not real, right? And vision it's going back to the core of your vision, knowing that is what's real.
That's
what you
right.
see with your physical eyes is not always real, right?
Y'all, I mean, Coach Kim just laid it down. In order to have vision, you don't need to know all the things.
Yeah.
You don't have to have it all figured out.
You're better off not, I think.
Okay, look, can we just break that down a little bit? Talk to us, Coach Kim, about what you mean by that.
Well, if you look around, I mean, if I relied, we were talking about Dr. King and, how he was able to get his message out, and there weren't all the, wasn't all these news channels or media channels. There wasn't social media. There weren't all these things, right? And so he focused on what he knew was his vision, and he went forward with it. Well, I think too many times today we get distracted by all the things that are out there, and not all of them are real. I mean, a lot of what we see is just a story, right? To get some attention.
Come on.
So we need to make sure that what we're focused on is what is real, and fear can make, think about it. I mean, we all do this. I think it's human nature for us to think of the worst case scenario. Yeah. So we create these monsters in our head that aren't real.
Come on.
So I think I'm saying that for myself.
Right.
There have been times that I have been in the wilderness, and I can remember, and not too long ago. I mean, we've all had wilderness experiences on some level or another, but I know there are times when I have just had to stop and say, okay, what is real and what is not real?
Come on.
And what, just sort of sift through all of those things till you get to the core of, okay, this is my vision. This is what we're doing to move forward. All this other stuff, we just need to slough it away. Just let it dissolve. It's not reality. So I love what you're saying. There's such a huge difference between seeing and having vision.
Yeah.
And, as a Jesus girl, just like you, the enemy wants me to rely on myself and my ability to see, and wants me to get lost in all of that so that I don't I don't
Mm-mm.
move forward with my vision.
Come on, y'all. This is a word in due season. I'm just saying
Yeah.
this, we need this today. This idea that sight has to do with the physical ability to identify what's right in front of you or
Yeah.
what you think you see with the physical eye, right? If we rely on our sight, I'm about to go in. Y'all need to strap up. I'm serious. If we rely on what we think we see right now in the world and in this country, it's easy to believe that the only thing that's out there is division and people who are full of hate and can't see their way out of a paper bag for all of the things that they're stuck in. Y'all need to lean into this. If
Yes.
you rely on your sight, you will miss the blessing of having vision.
Yeah.
Mm,
You know,
I just,
Karen,
I don't know.
so one of my all-time favorite Bible verses is Isaiah 43:19. And I mean, I even have a
Come on.
necklace that I wear that has it inscribed, just the Isaiah 43:19 on it to remind me. God says, see, I am doing a new thing. Now it springs up. Do you not perceive it? I'm making a way in the wilderness and streams in the wasteland.
Mm,
So we can't rely on what we physically see because there's something greater out there.
come
He's
on.
doing something new.
Yeah.
So it's something that we cannot see, right?
Yes.
And so we have to rely. I mean, he says it right here. I am making a way in the wilderness.
Way in the
And
wilderness. Now, it would
yeah.
be easy to get focused just on the wilderness, though, right?
Oh, can't see the forest for the trees. I mean,
Can't
yeah.
see the forest for the trees. So we go outside or we turn on social media, and what we see, y'all hear me, what we see is the wilderness. Come on.
Yes.
What we see is the wilderness. What we see is the post of, the picture of the Capitol up in smoke. What we see is that nasty post from that person who we thought was our friend. What we see is fear and overwhelm and all of those things. But listen to me, when you have sight is grounded in something different. It's related, but do not get it
Yeah.
twisted. Vision and sight are different. And as
Yes.
leaders in this community, this community is called Rock Your Vision. There's a reason we say rock your vision and not rock your sight. Come on.
And that's exactly right. That's so true. I love it.
What? Oh my gosh. Angela Bold says, Amen. The new has not been seen.
That's
Come on.
right.
I absolutely love that.
And I have to have, I mean, I know that. And and sometimes I get frustrated with myself
Yeah.
that I have to keep being
Yeah.
reminded of
Come
that.
on. Come on.
I feel like, shoot, girl, you should know this by now.
I
So,
know.
and then, and so then I carry around all this shame because I have to be reminded. But you know what? That's part of it too.
It
I
is.
mean, it is. It's all part of it. And that's what, relying on, well, for me, relying on Christ every single day.
Every single day. Yeah. Yeah. You have to have something to anchor yourself. I'm giving away the farm for a minute. I'm giving away our secrets. Okay. But so I'm gonna shift because I want to ask this question. So I'm going to ask a question of the live stream community. Karen Stubblefield, Angela Bold, Melissa Hernandez, Sarah, Christy Kent, everybody. I want you to answer this question. Who is Vision for? Who is Vision for? When I was early in my career, I thought that vision was for CEOs. I thought vision was for community leaders and politicians, right? Who is vision for? Come on. Y'all lean into this. Who is vision for? And I need you to get super personal, okay? We're among friends and it's just us. Who is vision for? Somebody answer that for me, who is vision for? You know, it is so easy. It is so easy to look at and to edify our community leaders. It's so easy to edify our pastors and ministry leaders. It's so easy to edify the person down the street or the person on the magazine cover, right? And it's like, oh my goodness, look what they have. Or we sit around waiting for somebody to fill our minds or to answer our questions.
Mm.
So we expect vision to come from other places. Melissa Hernandez says vision is for everyone. Ding, 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 ding. You get extra points this morning, Melissa Fernandez, because vision is for everyone. Vision gives us the ability to imagine something that may be outside of our reach right now. I need y'all to hear this morning. Vision is for everyone. And Angela Bolt says it's personal.
Yes.
Y'all, come on. It's super personal. My vision is different than Kim's vision. Now, Kim can connect with my vision, right?
That's right.
But her vision has a very unique lens. And that vision, that lens includes how she's wired, her personality, her circumstances, her life lessons. Come on.
That's right.
All of those things. And I'm going to be honest with you, God wastes nothing. He wastes nothing. What you've been through, what you've experienced, whether you failed or succeeded, that degree that you thought nobody was going to ever use, that divorce, come on, that illness, all of those things can shape your vision. But y'all, I'm just going to help you for a second. Your vision isn't your source. It's your filter.
Yes.
Y'all get that? Did y'all get that? That was good, Karen.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. Vision is not it's not your source, beloved. It's just your filter. I'm just gonna leave that alone. Vision is for everybody. Okay. So here's my next question, since I just went in on myself. Why bother creating a vision? Why bother? Kim, what do you say about that? Why even bother, like this whole, we do vision boards, we have speakers, we're getting ready for our vision board workshop. Are y'all signed up for that on Saturday? Do not be pinging me on Friday night at 11:30. Okay, do not be pinging me like, can I still get in? Go ahead and register for the vision board workshop. We're going to have breakout groups so you can bring your vision board. I'm going to talk to you about how to do all of that virtually, but we're going to be doing some breakout sessions with our coaches. So you're going to have an opportunity, to really go in. But Coach Kim, talk to us a little bit about why would we bother doing this?
Well, for me, Karen, I don't want to just exist in this world.
Come on.
And I don't believe that any of us were created just to exist in this world. And, as we talked about this earlier, we were joking around about being extra, but there is something that I bring that no one else can bring. Right. And there's something that you bring that no one else can bring. There's something that Melissa and Angela, there's something that we all bring. And I believe that if we will pay attention, you may think, oh, I've never had a vision. I don't even know how to get there.
Yeah.
But I bet that if you really just took some time to sit with yourself, I talk a lot about just being still, right? If we would take the time to just listen, I bet you do have a vision.
Come on.
And you just haven't allowed yourself to let it grow, or you've not tapped into it. But I believe we all have a vision. And I believe, if Coach Lawrence talked about this last week here, and he said, if I'm not bringing what I'm supposed to bring to the world, then I'm affecting what you bring to the world. And,
Wow.
if Christy Kent's not doing what she's supposed to do in the world, then then it's affecting what I'm doing in the world. And we all need to, actually, sometimes I write down little thoughts that come into my head. And so here's my Avis rental car thing, but I had a thought, so I wrote it on here. But right. So sorry about that. If I, maybe shouldn't have said that, but anyway, so this is the thought that I wrote down, and this has been a few weeks ago, but it says, we have it backwards. We try to figure out our part in the world before we realize and figure out that we are a part of the world.
Wow.
You see what I'm saying?
Say that one more time, Kim. That was just hot. Come on.
So I think we have it backwards. We are so concerned about figuring out our part in the world, which is selfish.
Yeah.
But if we think of that before we figure out that we are a part of the world, and I'll say it again, we have it backwards. We try to figure out our part in the world before figuring out and realizing that we are a part of the world.
Come on. I hope y'all really got that, because I just think somebody needed to hear that today. That, we rely so often on waiting for someone else to define our vision for us. I'm going to tell you a story. I love stories. Y'all know this. I have too many of them. But anyway, I think I said this to you. I think I shared this the other day. I had a vision years ago, early in my career, as I entered the workforce. I didn't really feel like I fit in. Like, I didn't get kind of the unspoken rules. I was that girl. I never pledged to a sorority. And can I just stop for a minute and give a shout out in light of the fact that it's that we're honoring Dr. Martin Luther King today, and the accomplishments of people of color, Black people in general in the United States. I want to give a shout out to my sisters who just experienced their Founders Day in their sororities, Delta Sigma Theta and Alpha Kappa Alpha sorority. I honor and salute you this morning for your contributions, for your sisterhood, and for the example that you have given to the world. It's absolutely incredible. But I never pledged a sorority. I was just always kind of weird, right? I had pigtails, nothing like what I got going on today, but I had pigtails when I was in elementary school, and one of them went down this way and one of them went this way. It didn't matter what I did to my hair. Every picture I took, like, my pigtails were like this. I was just a mess. Anyway, but I never figured out how to fit in. And I remember coming into the workforce feeling like I don't like all of these rules, and you don't speak to certain people, and you don't wear certain things, and you don't do all of this. And I literally had a vision. I'm like, oh my gosh, it would be so amazing if I could have a job where I could just be myself. Mm-hmm. Anybody? Yeah. Where I could just be that was my vision. And so, many years later, many hard lessons later, many really bad outfits later, and haircuts later, and figuring out the whole makeup thing, and shoes, and how to pack, and all of that, trying to fit in the box that I was in any particular environment. Now, listen, there are rules of appropriateness, but for me, it was about really embracing who I was, and I did not know how to do that. Mm. Well, I had an experience recently that reminded me of my own vision, and it was not a fun experience. Somebody in my life, very, very close to me, we were, of course, in a virtual environment, and I was dressed to the nines, y'all, for my virtual call with this person, somebody I love a lot. And, they said, oh, hey, I noticed your haircut is just like Jimmy's. Jimmy is my son. And I'm like, yeah, I guess you're right. Now, I've had this haircut, y'all, for probably, I don't know, 25 years, like a really long time. It is my signature. And I love this haircut. I tried growing my hair out. I look like Mr. Schnoppalophagus. Y'all know who Mr. Schnoppalophagus is? He is. He's on Sesame Street. Y'all look him up, Mr. Snuffleupagus. And when I try to grow my hair out, when I try to be somebody other than who I am, I end up looking like Mr. Snuffleupagus. So I said, "Oh, yeah, I guess Jimmy and I do look alike." And this person said, "Yeah, I'm not really sure how I feel about that haircut of yours." Now, I'm gonna need you to I'm gonna need you to stop everything y'all are doing, for those of you in the live feed, and share this with somebody, because this is gonna set somebody free. That person hurt my feelings. I'm gonna be honest with you. I run 2 businesses. I'm a mom of 3 kids. I'm, a lay minister. I've run multi-million-dollar teams. I've helped some of the world's best CEOs run their companies. And somebody said something about my haircut and it hurt my feelings. I need y'all to hear me on this. Remember that vision I had of going somewhere and being my own person? I created what I wanted. I had an amazing career. And then I left to take care of my mom. And when it came time to figure out what was next for me, I built a business. And I decided I was going to be 100% me. And that my ideal client would be okay with me being me, because my work would speak for itself. Y'all, you're going to get it in a minute. This was just like a week ago, y'all. I need you to lean in for a minute. I'm 52 years old. He said something and it hurt my feelings. And for a moment, in that moment, I could literally feel my confidence shrinking in that conversation, because this person didn't let up. They made an assumption based on the relationship that we had that they could keep at it. Well, I know you like it, but I'm not sure I like it. I tried to change the subject. I tried to laugh it off. And in that moment, I'm like, well, maybe I need to go back to growing my hair long. This was just a week ago. Y'all gonna get this in a minute.
Karen, when you say that, you talk about how you felt when you were younger, and felt like you didn't belong, and wouldn't it be great? I mean, and that what's happened is when he said that, it tapped into that little girl with the pigtails who felt like she didn't belong.
Come on.
And if we, that's why I talk a lot about getting still and silent, because if we could only realize the source of all of the things that stop us in our tracks and stop us from moving forward with our vision, identifying that little girl, she believed a lie, right? And if she that little girl could have said what you said, well, I'm going to be 100% myself. It's, if we could just stop and realize that a lot of what steals our confidence or pulls our legs out from under us are these voices and these beliefs that we have had from the very beginning that were a lie, right?
Yeah.
And so you're moving forward with your vision, and I believe that the enemy uses little things like that. Well, I'm going to tap in. Karen's well on her way to establishing her goals, and she's well on her way in following her vision and what Christ has called her to do. I'm going to remind her of the fears she had when she was a little girl. That's what's happening to us, gang. And we have to recognize it for what it is. And that's why I say we have to sift through and we have to separate the real from the false. Right? From the false narrative that has been there from the beginning. What caused it to be there? I don't know, but we need to get rid of it. We got to get it out. We got to get rid of it and realize You get to
Sorry, Kim, go
choose.
ahead.
Well, no, I mean, you get to choose. You get to choose who Karen is. You get to choose. You get to choose whether or not you belong. I mean, you know what I'm saying? You belong. There is no,
You belong. And like, can I just say this, that I have a lifetime of experiences of people saying things to me to 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 silence and to kind of dumb down who Karen is. Okay.
do you know why they
I
do
go
that,
on.
Karen? Do you know
Huh?
why they do that? Because they're not following their vision. They're
Yeah.
existing, right? And I don't want to watch you follow your vision if I'm just sitting over here existing.
Okay. Y'all need to be taking some notes today, because I'm just here to tell you, you have options.
Yes.
You can choose your vision, and you can choose your source for your vision. My lashes are going to fall off this morning. We're going in so hard. Okay. You can choose your source for your vision. If I allowed those comments from people who were supposed to be in my corner, if I allowed them to silence me, if I allowed that comment a week ago, not 10 years ago, y'all, a week ago, if I allowed that comment to cause me to grow my hair out, y'all would be like, what is that going on? Not, no, that's not who you are, Karen. Y'all would be upset with me. We could go on, and I just may, but I wanted today, in honor of the day that we celebrate the life and legacy of Dr. Martin Luther King, I wanted to share with you the profiles of some people that I grew up learning about, who, it makes me wonder, in the face of insurmountable odds, how they were able to have vision, how they were able to not just trust what they saw, right? We want to talk about that, because here's the thing: you already have evidence of what it's like to have vision, right? I'm going to share some of these people because their stories are just so incredible. But you already have evidence that you've been able to make progress in the midst of insurmountable odds. Some of you have been through some things. Some of you have been through depression. I'm going to get all up in your business today. Some of you have been through bankruptcy. Some of you have lost your jobs or been laid off. Some of you have been to prison. I told you I'm not playing. I'm not playing in our vision season. Some of you have experienced divorce or the loss of a child. Some of you already have evidence that you have been through some things and gotten through some things. I remember a time in my life where I was so heartbroken that I let it come out of my mouth. And y'all know me. So this is incredible, even for me to believe that I actually let this happen. I remember saying out loud, I'm never going to dream again, because it's just not worth it. Anybody ever been there where you said it
Yeah.
out? You were just so broken, Kim, so heartsick.
Yeah.
I mean, that is a real thing, where you're just like, you know what? I can't do
I'm
it.
done.
I'm done. Some of you came out of 2020 and you lost people. Kim and I were talking about that earlier. We lost people to COVID.
Yes.
Some people had COVID. You lost your job. You lost your house. Like, you had what we call in this community compound injury, but you got through it, right? But here's the thing: you cannot make progress on yesterday's vision. I'm just gonna give myself a clap. You cannot make progress on yesterday's vision. You've got to start fresh. I'm absolutely committed to this. And I'm just going to talk a little bit about some of these people. Kim, we're just going to go back and forth. Is that okay?
That's
I'm
okay.
going to read this first profile of someone who faced insurmountable odds. Some of you know who this gentleman is. His name is Frederick Douglass. He was born into slavery and separated from his mother at a young age. For just a moment, I want you to imagine that. Some of you have experienced that kind of separation. I cannot imagine what that felt like. He taught himself to read in a society where for African Americans and Africans, learning to read would get you beaten or killed. He taught himself to read in secrecy and was beaten severely when they found out. And he eventually rebelled and escaped after multiple attempts. Can you imagine what that feels like? Listen, we live on the backs and on the shoulders of people who
Absolutely.
faced insurmountable odds. And I cannot imagine what it would be like if they didn't have vision, not sight, because their sight would have told them that there's no hope for anything different. Are
Mm.
y'all hearing me? We already have evidence. We have people that came before us that showed us the way. But Frederick Douglass eventually became one of the leaders of the abolitionist movement. And he was a world famous, world class orator talking about anti slavery types of
Mm.
topics. Frederick Douglass had vision. Can you imagine? I cannot imagine the history of my
Yeah.
family and my community had Frederick Douglass not existed. Unbelievable. Kim,
It just
who
goes
do you
back to saying that, yeah, it just goes back to saying that if we're not doing our part, it affects not just us, it affects everyone.
come on?
Finding out that we are a part of this world before we figure out that, what's my part in it. Wilma Rudolph, I love her story. She was an African-American track star, and she suffered scarlet fever, whooping cough, measles. She survived infantile paralysis and required leg brace until she was 9. And she went on to win 3 Olympic gold medals and was considered the fastest woman on the earth.
Come on.
Right?
Y'all, didn't that just end you, Kim?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I look at my life and I look at the times when I was stuck in feeling sorry for myself. I
Oh.
was stuck in my pain, right? I
And when
looked at my,
I know, and you
huh?
read something like this, and I just think, man, I'm ashamed of
Okay.
myself for being so, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I've done it more times than I even want to admit to you. That there have been times in my life when I was just like, no, I just don't feel it. There have been times when the despair was so heavy,
Yes.
right, that it was difficult to move forward. Now, listen, mental health is a real thing.
Yes, it is.
This is not Coach Kim and I saying, oh, just have positive thoughts. That is not what I'm saying. Many of you know my struggle with anxiety, and that thing is real. And when I eventually figured out that I had anxiety, not that I was being anxious, but that it's something that I struggle with. When that thing showed up, it blindsided me
Yeah.
because I'm a mover and a shaker. I get things done. I'm scrappy. I figure it out. I do it for myself. I build it. If I can't find it, I do all of those things, right? So this is not about downplaying the reality of the things that we struggle with in our soul and in our spirit. That's not what I'm talking about. But what I am saying is that sometimes in the midst of the things that we deal with, we have decisions to make, right? We have we have a responsibility, and there are people counting on us. But most importantly, you have to count on yourself,
Mm.
right? I know for years I was like, it's me, myself, and I, right? Nobody's going to do it for me. So I just want to encourage your heart today. If you are struggling with launching your vision this year, first of all, I want to invite you Saturday. I want to invite you to register now for our vision board workshop on Saturday. And we're doing any number of things. First of all, everybody who registers for the vision board workshop gets our 22-page vision toolkit, vision board toolkit. Y'all, I just finished it last night because I kept adding to it and kept adding to it and kept adding to it. So when you register for the workshop, you'll get that 22-page vision board toolkit. It is exploding. We have printable quote cards in there. We have a theme list. We have a word list. We have the checklist. We have an instruction sheet on developing your styles. I mean, it goes on and on and on. But there's a reason that we hold on to vision and that this community is called Rock Your Vision, because I'm going to be honest with you, without vision, what does the Bible say about vision? What does the Bible say about without a what?
Vision.
The people
Perish.
Come on.
Yeah.
It's that's a thing. Okay, hold on a second. I want to just pop in here and see who else we have in here. We have Angie Neal. Oh my gosh, Angie Neal is one of our Reclaim alum and ambassadors. Angie Neal is an amazing leader. She is an educator. And, you know, during this season when we are really recognizing who our true heroes are, I just want to give a shout out to Angie Neal, who has built a vision around equipping other educators. And I just want you to know this woman exudes joy. I am so honored to have met you, Angie, and I am super excited about what's coming for you in 2021. It's just an honor to have you in here. Let's see, who else do we have in here? We have Coach Alicia Newton. Come on. Yes, y'all. If you aren't registered for the Vision Board Workshop on Saturday, I want to let you know that Coach Alicia is going to be in the house dropping the heat. If you've never met Coach Alicia Newton, I want you to know you're in for something special. And I'm hoping that maybe Kim, that she will join us for Monday Morning Jumpstart. She hasn't been in here in a minute, and so I'm missing her. So Coach Alicia, I'm just dropping a little, I'm planting a little seed. I'm just saying, okay. Anyway, and then we have, oh wait, BC Clark. Come on, BC. Hey lady, I am so glad to see you in here. She's asking, where do we sign up for it? Sarah is going to drop the link for the Vision Board Workshop on Saturday. She will drop that so you can go ahead and get registered. There is so much coming in that, y'all. I'm super excited. Let's see, we've got Beverly Wilkes in here, another one of our Reclaim alum and ambassadors. Beverly is an amazing leader herself. She is a rock star mama, and I'm telling you, you talk about somebody who's got things coming for her in 2021. I cannot wait. I can't wait, Beverly Wilkes. You hear me? I'm telling you, God's up to something. Anyway, okay, let's go on. Let's talk about some more people, Coach Kim.
Before you do that, I just wanted to point out. So I think it was Angie Neal who said, I find myself thinking, no worries, I've got options. And that's the beauty of Monday Morning Jumpstart, right? It's just a reminder to all of us that, hey, I don't have to put up with this thinking that I've got going on. I have options.
You have options.
And so I just wanted to point that out. That's, just getting together on a Monday morning like this. It's just that reminder we all need, because we know it. We've got to know it, right?
So, we got to know it, and we got to hear it over, right? The Bible says to renew our minds, right?
To be transformed by the renewing of our minds. That's exactly right.
Be transformed.
Yeah, and that's how it happens. So
it is. I absolutely love it. Well, let's listen. Let's do a few more of these.
Yes.
Paul Revere Williams. He was orphaned at the age of 4. An African American, became one of the most important architects of Los Angeles. And that was during a time when it was becoming a mega city. I mean, we take for granted, we drive into LA and we're like, oh my gosh, it's so fabulous. But it wasn't always like that. He was one of the chief architects for LA. And he did that, y'all, in a time when racial exclusion was the norm.
Yeah.
Okay, have y'all heard of him before? Paul Revere Williams. Kim, who else?
Ruby Bridges. She's an American civil rights activist who became the first Black child to enter a previously all-white elementary school in Louisiana. Um, and she was symbolically the one who broke the color barrier for segregation in the South. And she was only 6 years old. And she overcame the hostility and prejudice of many in her community who opposed her right to equal education.
My goodness, my
6 years
goodness.
old.
6 years old. Okay, hold on a second. I'm gonna talk about the babies for a minute, and
Yeah.
I may get emotional because this hits me where I live. I have a elementary school child, and as he's watching the world fall apart and listening to the worries and the fears and all of the things that you can't protect your children from everything. Um, he said something that I thought was so profound at his age. And I said to him, I turned the TV off and we were on the couch and I turned and I said, baby boy, which is what I call him. I have nicknames for everybody. I said, baby boy. I said, how do you feel about everything that's going on in the world? And I know y'all moms and grandmas and aunties and dads and uncles and godfathers, you're having many of the same conversations with your children, trying to figure out how to protect them, trying to figure out how to help them process what's going on. And I said, how do you feel about it? He was like, Mommy, I don't feel any particular way about it. And I said, I'm like, you're supposed to be indignant and like, like, yeah, come on, whatever. And he's like, and I said, why do you say that, Jimmy? It worries me that you don't feel everything. He said, Mommy, it's not my job to worry
Mm.
about it. I'm a kid. Did y'all get that? Okay. From the mouths of children. My goodness. His vision is, I know I need to stay close to home. I know I need to do what I'm told and clean my room, but I'm a kid. I have visions of like hanging out with my friends and getting back to, being able to go to school, and vision will help you
Yeah.
focus on the right things.
Yeah.
My goodness. This boy, okay, this boy, I cannot imagine what it must have been like for a Ruby Bridges who at 6 years old, we think our children are so fragile, right? But the reality is we can learn something from our children.
Absolutely.
Can you imagine what the conversations that Ruby Bridges' parents and family must have been having with her? Can you imagine the vision that they had to have because their circumstances were not friendly to their baby girl? Like, y'all,
And Karen, they
I'm
probably, I mean, just like you said, we want to protect our children from the rest of the world. They probably said, no, let's not do this.
right.
Let's not do this. Right.
Let's not do this, right? My goodness. Anyway, I could go on, y'all. I'm just on fire this morning. Um, let's look at William Wilberforce. Now, William Wilberforce was not African American, but he was talk about an ally and a sponsor and a champion. Do y'all know who William Wilberforce is? Maybe we need to do a little history lesson one of these days. But anyway, talk about vision. He fought tirelessly for ending the slave trade at a time when many accepted it as an economic necessity. Come on. He awakened the conscience of many of his fellow countrymen and helped to make slavery appear unacceptable. So let's talk for a minute, since we're here, let's talk for a little minute about how vision can embolden you, how vision can give you, can fire up and ignite your purpose. Vision gives you the ability to see beyond what your circumstances are. So for a minute, I want you to imagine that right in front of you is $100 bill. And all you have to do is take the $100 bill. Seems easy, right? Now, I want you to put your hands, cross your fingers, and put them in front of your eyes. Now, you know that $100 bill is on the other side of your hands. But the reality is, what you really want is on the other side of what's blocking you. Mm. Vision will help you find a way. Vision will help you find a way to get to that $100 bill. I don't know what you're facing right now, but your vision is what ignites your purpose. That's plain and simple. Whatever obstacle you have in front of you, whatever worry or fear, whatever external circumstance is going on, I think of some of the people that came out of, they overcame insurmountable odds. My father, talk about a civil rights legend, 92 years young. Over the summer, as the civil unrest broke out everywhere, just like literally, it looked like the United States was just ablaze. And so many of us were crying and worried and scared and all of those things. I called my dad. This grown woman called her dad, and I said, Daddy, I don't know how you do it. Crying my eyes out. And I said, I'm not sure I can do it, because I was being called into spaces and places to teach and inspire and encourage and to facilitate courageous conversations. Coach Alicia Newton, for those of you who do not know, Coach Alicia Newton is an amazing world-class diversity, equity, and inclusion facilitator. She is an expert. This is a woman who is teaching classes and working with corporations. She and I spoke on numerous occasions as we struggled through the pain and all, because our generation, it's new to our generation. Mm-hmm. But I called my dad and I said, Daddy, I don't know if I can do it. And he said, baby girl, you don't have an option. Mm. You don't have an option. You have to. We have to speak up. William Wilberforce allowed his vision to fuel his purpose. I'm just going to leave that right there. Y'all, this is Monday Morning Jumpstart. If you're just jumping in because like you forgot to get your coffee or you had a meeting or whatever, I want you to know this is an amazing space for professionals, purpose-driven professionals, entrepreneurs, and life leaders. And I'm going to be honest with you. We've got some things coming up in this community as we kick off vision season. Every single year for 7 years, Rock Your Vision has been in existence for 7 years. It's hard to believe it's been that long, but it has. Every year we kick off the year with vision season. And, we had to pivot to virtual just like everybody else. And we have done that. And coming up this Saturday, the 23rd of January from 10 to noon, we have the 2021 Vision Board Workshop. And I just want you to know, if you are not signed up, you are missing the boat. Now, some of you have already done your vision boards or you've participated in vision board workshops. That is amazing. Congratulations. And you know what? Jump into the private community and share your vision board. We are talking all things vision, because vision will set you up to ignite your purpose. I promise. So join us on Saturday, January 23rd. That's this coming Saturday. Y'all get registered. We have giveaways. We're going to be doing breakout groups with some of our amazing community coaches. I'm going to be teaching live and taking your questions. We're going to have the huge vision board reveal, which I'm super excited about. And I'm hoping that you'll jump into that. We're just going to have an amazing time, Coach Kim. And you've been to our vision board.
Yes, and I love it.
about it. What was it like for you?
It was great because, all of the, we have this imagery in our head of what our visions are. And if you're like me, that, lots of separate little stories going on. And, I've got two businesses going on. And they're very different from each other. I've got my executive coaching business, and I've got the farm, and then I've got the vision that I have for my family and my marriage. And, so all these things are going on. And I think the vision board exercise is a place for me to be able to put it all down to get what is in my head and my vision into something that I can see. So, and then I have my vision board there as a reminder to me throughout the year that these are the things that I have a vision around. These are the things that I know that I'm going to, so that when I have a day where somebody says to me, Kim, you need to check your haircut, just using that, then it's like, okay, what is my vision here? My vision is here, and I created it. I can visually see what I had in my brain. It's out there. And, Kieran, you said something a minute ago. You said what you really want is on the other side of what's blocking you. And I just had this thought, and I wanted to share it. Make sure that thing that is blocking you is not created by you.
Ooh.
Right?
Okay, hold on a minute. I'm going to need to sit down for that one.
Right? Make sure that you're not the one blocking.
Slow clap. As Coach Lawrence would say, girl, that is good.
But isn't that true? And I work with clients who they feel that their vision is blocked, or they, but and the reality of it is they're creating the very things that are blocking their vision. And, once you move those away, once you work through that, and find someone who can help you work through that so that you can see your vision clear. And this vision board workshop, it's a great, you may think, oh, that sounds so simple. It may be simple, but it is such a valuable tool. And again, you'll be creating a visual for your vision. I mean, we've talked a lot about sight and vision, but sometimes you got to get what's in here out, and in some organized fashion, whatever that looks like for you. And then I'm reminded as I look at it that it's my own creativity that created that thing. It's my creativity, and it's personal. We talked this morning about your vision is personal. Your vision board is personal. It doesn't have to look like anybody else's. And there is no right or wrong way of doing it. It is expressing what is inside of you.
I love that.
Yeah.
Once again, Coach Kim is closing us out with absolute fire. I hope you caught that. And I hope this morning that you have gotten connected back to your vision. But here's the money shot. So there are 3 things that every leader needs. I don't care what kind of leader you are. I don't care if you're running a company, a multinational company. I don't care if you are running a team that's responsible for millions of dollars. I don't care if you are running a community center, or maybe you are a politician and you're trying to connect to your vision in a time when it feels hard to have it. I don't care if you're running errands. Okay. I don't. You need vision. And here are the 3 things that you need. You need to get focused. You need to connect to your purpose. And you need to develop perspective.
Yes.
Focus helps you clarify your vision. Purpose helps fuel your vision. Come on.
Yes.
And perspective is the anchor that holds you when the winds of life and career blow. I don't care what you've got going on. If you have those 3 things, I promise your vision is going to come to life. And here's what you're going to discover. Y'all know what I'm about to say. Here's what you're going to discover. You've got options.
Yes.
Come on. That's good, Coach Kim.
Yes, that's right.
Oh my
That's
gosh.
right.
I can't believe that the hour has passed already. And you know what?
It
I
always
can
goes so quickly.
I know. I feel like we just got started. As we kick off the year, one of the things that happens for me is that at the end of the year, I'm very reflective, and at the beginning of the year, uh, I'm incredibly humbled because I get to work with some of the world's best leaders. Coach Kim Dudash is a world-class executive coach. She works with some of the world's best leaders, and she has extensive business experience. She's an amazing facilitator and speaker. And I want to encourage you, if you are looking for somebody in your company or for your group, you're looking for a speaker, or someone maybe a team that is looking to do some work together, I want you to look her up. You can find her on LinkedIn. You can find her on Facebook and IG. She is a leader to follow, and I have the pleasure of calling her one of my best friends in the world. So, Coach Kim, once again, it's always amazing to spend the morning with you.
Oh, I feel energized for the week, Karen. This is where I love to start my week. So
Thank you so much. And to our tribe, I just want to thank y'all for leaning in this morning. It has been another epic Monday. And here's what I'm going to ask you to do. We're going to drop the replay. It'll be available in just a few moments. Would you share it? And would you encourage people to get signed up for the Vision Board Workshop? Now, if you are a member of our free group coaching community, okay, so here's what you're going to do. If you're watching us right now on the public Facebook page, at the top of that page in the bar, there's a little button that says Visit Group. If you click on that group and join us in there, there's some instructions to be able to get a $20 off coupon. Okay, I'm just saying, because my team was not very, very happy with me, but I always love to bring goodness. And so I just want to encourage you to get signed up for the Vision Board Workshop. You will not be sorry. And you will have a roadmap for the rest of the year. You do not have to walk it alone. I want to thank all of you for coming in here. I'm just going to pop into the comments real quickly and just make sure I didn't miss any nuggets. BC Clark says, vision and purpose. So glad this helps me get back connected with my vision. Amen. Thanks so much and looking forward to Saturday. BC, I will see you there. I am looking forward to it. And yeah, you can join us in that community. And there'll be lots of other things that we'll talk about later. And do not forget, if you've not signed up for the free 7-day vision challenge, that's an amazing way. You can sign up anytime. There was no particular start date. We're going to leave that up all year. And for 7 days, you're going to get a coaching video and at least one worksheet. And these are not light, y'all. This is like real work you got to do, but it's easy and it's quickly consumable. So I hope that you will join the free 7-day challenge as well. That's an automated thing that drops to your email, so you can do it at your own leisure. All right, everybody, you got your week jump started. I need you to go kill it out there. And listen, where there is darkness, be light.
yes.
Where there are storms, be an anchor. And remember, you've got options. From Coach Kim and I. Y'all have a great week. I'll see you later. Hold on just one second. All right, everybody. Have a great
Bye.
week.